What's good, gang? We're back for another Labyrinth / UFC breakdown, full fight card prediction with your host. It's the truth, Big Tooth, and we got another 13 fight banger pay-per-view to get into. You already know what it is. We jumping straight into it. First fight up, Rinat Fakhretdinov versus Carlos Leal. So this first fight up's pretty interesting scrap. Open up the card, you got Rinat Fakhretdinov definitely going to be looking to take Leal down. I don't think he wants to test it too much on the feet. Leal was a guy seemed to have pretty decent takedown defense. He's got a pretty well-rounded striking game. He's been around for a little while, veteran guy. Might be able to give Rinat some problems here. I'll take the dog shot on Leal. All right, up next you got Ismail Naurdiev versus Bruno Silva. Naurdiev is one of those guys who likes to be on the front foot. He likes to get right in your face, make an ugly fight, take you down over and over. Bruno Silva definitely going to be looking to get his jiu-jitsu going. If he does get taken down, try to work a jiu-jitsu game off his back. I just think Naurdiev is probably going to end up stifling that attack, man, and this will be a good style matchup for Naurdiev. So give me Ismail Naurdiev here. Next fight, Farid Basharat versus Victor Hugo. And I just think this fight right here, Victor Hugo is that guy who's a little bit plodding on the feet. His feet are not really the best footwork, not really the best foot speed. And Basharat's going to be able to take advantage of that. I think his footwork, his movement much cleaner, his technique much cleaner as well. Hugo likes to swing a little bit wide, and I just think Farid Basharat's going to end up coming right down the pipe and taking advantage of the wide swings of Hugo. So I'm going to have to go with Farid Basharat right here. I see Basharat probably skating to a decision win. Give me Farid. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Chris Barnett up. It's a short notice fight right here. Chris Barnett stepping in on short notice, and he's the very wild and crazy guy. There's just a very crazy character inside the octagon. Likes to have fun in there, man. Crazy, unique, traditional martial arts attacks and crazy celebrations, stuff like that. But Nzechukwu's gonna be a little bit too technical, a little bit too well-rounded as well. If he needs to, he can take down Chris Barnett. If he does, Barnett's going to be in big trouble. So give me Nzechukwu right here. Next fight, Abus Magomedov versus Bruno Ferreira. And right here, Abus Magomedov is going to be looking to do the exact same game plan that he did basically in his last fight against Warlley Alves. Just basically look for that opportunistic grappling, try to trip Bruno, get into a body lock, takedown trips, just do anything he can to get on top of Bruno Ferreira because he doesn't want to stand too long with Ferreira. Ferreira's got too much power in his hands. There's just no way that Magomedov wants to really stand with him. He wants to just do the exact same thing he did to Alves. Problem there is Ferreira much stronger than Alves, also much better cardio, and he's got faster feet as well to even not even let it get to a clinch situation in the first place, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a dog shot on Bruno Ferreira here. I just feel like at some point he's going to end up catching up with Abus Magomedov and you know, maybe connecting on his chin with a big power shot. So I'll go with Bruno Ferreira right here. Next up, you got Mateusz Rumbetsky versus Maktabek Orolbai. Mateusz Rumbetsky, definitely a big powerhouse guy, likes to take people down, just look to use his top control, ground and pound, you know, just wants to work that wrestling game. A lot of muscles, which is not something that is good for sustaining his wind in a long fight. And I think that's probably going to be a key here, because he's got Orolbai. Maktabek Orolbai is a guy who also is a grinder in his own right. Can grapple, wrestle as well, but he's got way better cardio right here than Mateusz Rumbetsky. I think Rumbetsky, you know, potentially could hurt him on the feet if he catches him with a big shot, but as the fight goes on, his powers are going to be pretty much diminishing. He's going to be getting gassed, and Orolbai, I believe, is going to be able to keep that pace much longer right here. So I'm going to have to go with Orolbai. I see him outlasting Rumbetsky and probably winning the decision. Give me Maktabek. Up next, you got Jeff Neal versus Rafael dos Anjos. And Rafael dos Anjos is that old dog, man. This guy's been around forever, doing it at the very highest levels for longer than pretty much anybody in the game right now, man. RDA is known as a grappler, but he's also got very good kickboxing skills, very dangerous on the feet. Right here, though, he's not going to be looking to stand with Jeff Neal. He does want to get the takedown going. If he can take down Jeff Neal and start working him over with his grappling, that's going to be, you know, his night all night right here. I mean, there's no way that Jeff Neal can survive on the ground with Rafael dos Anjos. What Jeff Neal wants to do is get his hands going to start, you know, working his boxing. He's got definitely very good boxing, sprawl and brawl. Keep this fight on the feet for sure. If he does that, he'll be in good shape right here, man. You know, at this point, RDA's chin is a little bit, you know, cracked, a little bit, you know, diminished at this point. So, yeah, I see Neal able to get the hands going. Just keep his fight on the feet, and he'll be all right. Give me Jeff Neal. Ibo Aslan versus Rafael Cicada up next. So, Rafael Cicada, there's not a lot of film that I was able to find out there on him. From what I did see, though, he's a guy who doesn't really have the best footwork. Definitely wants to go forward and looks to land a lot of kicks, body kicks, big punches. Just really likes to go forward. He's not a guy who fights off the back foot. He's not good defense to offense. His counter punching definitely not the best, and could be a problem here, because if he had a little bit better countering, I would give him a better shot against a guy like Aslan, who comes in very reckless, very over aggressive. Aslan is that guy who he really just wants to use his chin as a weapon, because he wants to take your best shot, and that way he'll land his own shot, and usually his shots are going to be more powerful than yours, and he can just bank on his chin and bank on being able to take somebody out. So yeah, right here I see him being able to do that to Cicada. I'm going to have to go with Ibo Aslan right here. I'll take Aslan by finish. Very interesting scrap up next. Shara Magomedov versus Armen Petrosian. So both these guys are very high level decorated kickboxers. right here, Armen Petrosyan is definitely going to be the more well-rounded guy if he wants to take this fight down. You know, start working his submission game, try to work over Shara, you know, from the top position. Definitely going to be in his best interest to do that for sure, because Shara Magomedov is a very tricky striker on the feet. It's just very unique. Not many people move like this guy. Very dangerous on the feet. Nice kicks, especially his kicks to the body. I see him trying to use those to maintain distance here. And as Armen Petrosyan tries to work his way in, he's got to watch out for the clinch of Shara too, because Shara's got a very nasty clinch. You know, I've been back and forth on this one. I could see Shara catching Petrosyan at some point as Petrosyan tries to work his way in and getting him out of there, man. I really could, but I've been back and forth, and I think I'm going to go back to Petrosyan, man. Give me Armen Petrosyan. Banger up next, Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. So this fight right here, you got Lerone Murphy. He's a very well-rounded fighter. He likes to take people down, but he can also do it on the feet as well. Very good kickboxer, very effective striking. Dan Ige, on the other side, that guy's more of a grinder. He's just a dog, man. He gets in your face, very good boxing, likes to take space away. He's going to be looking to take space away from Murphy here for sure. Try to get to the inside, let his hands go. He's an underrated grappler as well, so if this fight hits the ground, you know, I could see Murphy controlling Dan for a little bit, but then, you know, Ige very good on the ground himself, so he could end up, you know, turning it around, maybe figuring out some things and potentially making this a long fight. I think Ige is that guy who builds over time, and I just see him just doing that here, building and really coming on late in this fight, maybe even overwhelming and stopping Murphy. So I'll take a shot on Ige. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic, and this right here is a dangerous fight for a guy like Magomed Ankalaev, who honestly I feel like he should have been calling for the title shot a long time ago, but for whatever reason he didn't do that. And like they said, closed mouths don't get fed, man. Now they're giving him Rakic, and just a dangerous spot because Rakic definitely a very capable, very dangerous guy. You know, very slick on the feet, good leg kick, very good nasty low leg kick. He can get taken down, and I do think that's exactly what Magomed's going to be looking to do right here. Probably not going to want to test it too much on the feet, although he can strike too. Magomed's got you know good kicks himself, good kickboxing, good hands. You know, he can hold his own on the feet, but the easiest path to victory right here is definitely going to be to take down Rakic, just work him over from the top. If he can do that, then he should secure his title fight here. But man, I'd hate to see him lose it. It'd be tough luck to see him lose it right here, man. But I'll go ahead and roll with Magomed Ankalaev. Co-main event up, Robert Whitaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. Very good fight right here. You know, very tough test for both guys. And you got to remember, this is a 5-round fight too, which is something to keep in mind because a lot of people say that Khamzat Chimaev, once the fight gets late, his cardio gets a little bit suspect there. So it's going to be interesting to see if this fight hits 4th round, 5th round. How is Chimaev holding up, especially against a guy, you know, as tough as Robert Whitaker, who we already know is, you know, a very well-rounded fighter with great cardio. This guy can hang with anyone, man, in the division, and so this is going to be a tough test for Chimaev for sure. Rob, he can wrestle, he can strike. but definitely not going to be looking to test the grappling against Chimaev here. He's going to want to keep this fight on the feet, and Chimaev, of course, is going to be doing what Chimaev does. Is what he looks to do every time. Go in there, doesn't matter who he's fighting, duck under, take a guy down, start working his submission games, and that's just what he does every time out, and I see it being no different here. I see, you know, there's just being levels to the wrestling game, and I think Chimaev is going to show that right here. Give me Khamzat Chimaev. And in the main event, you got Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway. So this is a great scrap right here for the featherweight title. Ilia Topuria is going to be the more well-rounded of the two. You forget that with everything that Topuria has done with his hands, the work that he's got done on the feet, this guy is actually a very decorated grappler, very good wrestling. His cardio, his pace, his volume, very good. Seems to be, you know, have good game plans, have a good chin, comes in with the right attitude, you know, belief in himself, all of it. Just a very tough champion. Max Holloway, of course, grizzled veteran. Everybody knows Max is basically just always down for a war, man. This guy just, you know, he doesn't care who the opponent is. He comes down, he's down to fight, he's down to scrap every time out. This one right here, I feel like is going to be a tougher fight than what Topuria realizes. He thinks he can just blow through Max. I don't see that happening at all. I see this fight being a very tough fight for whoever wins it. I think it's going to be definitely a hard fight for sure, but I'll take Ilia. And if you made it this far, guys, massive shout out to you. As always, be sure to subscribe to the MMA Clown Show on YouTube for the craziest live streams, the most entertaining sports content, and the very best MMA prediction competitions. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.